reducing the appearance of wrinkles, fine lines, and age spots. Neutrogena Healthy Skin Anti-Wrinkle Cream.
It's flu season now. Be sure to pick up your Tylenol Flu.
Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
It promises to be a slow evening rush hour in some parts of the Northeast with rain and some snow in some areas of the Northeast. Hello, I'm Mike Bono. Welcome to this edition of Weather Center, sponsored by Campbell's.
And I'm Bob Stokes in California. You've seen snow today, a rare sight because some of you haven't seen snow in your hometown since the 1970s. And that's coming up. Mike will have the details. But first, the latest on the Northeast. It's snowing, yes, in New York City. JFK, LaGuardia, coming down in Long Island, specifically West Hampton Beach, as well as Islip, New York. But you know what? The good news is this is not expected to accumulate. However, if you've got some late night driving with temperatures expected to drop below freezing in much of especially the interior sections of the Northeast, we could have some problems on the bridges and overpasses. But for the most part, for those of you driving in and around the New York City area, driving home from work, or you're expecting a loved one home from work, it looks like not many problems at all. Temperatures are generally above freezing right now. It's only the low tonight that's expected to drop below freezing in many locales, New York and Philadelphia, for example. But we do have snow coming down across much of Long Island, getting into the city, snow coming down across parts of New Jersey. However, as you travel toward Philadelphia, it's rain. So we're teeter-tottering between that rain-snow line in the Northeast. This is not a big winter storm. You just have to be careful, especially as you head toward Buffalo and the inland parts of upstate New York, because we've seen some snow off and on for the past 24 hours, and we could run into some slippery spots. Now, the temperatures are very important in terms of your safety and drive home and just your errands you have to run, because, of course, if we see a lot of numbers below freezing, we're concerned about slippery spots in the road. But notice many locales, including you in Boston, New York, all above freezing right now. Philadelphia well above freezing, but some colder air coming in behind a fast-moving upper-level low. And 28 in Rochester, 33 in Elmira, so you've got to be very careful driving in upstate New York. Not as many concerns in Boston, New York, and Philadelphia, besides the plain precipitation like the rain you've always got to be careful driving in, for example, in Philadelphia. But how much snow could come down? Well, 1 to 3 inches in this area of pink. And while we're focused on the Northeast, let me not leave this map without first telling you about an ice jam along Tonawanda Creek. From about Batavia to the Niagara-Erie border, we're looking at some flooding concerns in western New York because of an ice jam along the Tonawanda Creek, so please beware. Otherwise, let's head toward the Midwest. We find some spritzels of snow, especially coming down north and east of Detroit right now, but of course the heavy snow is over with. You've seen some 6 inches in some parts of the greater metro Detroit area, and here's how it looked earlier. Boy, did it look pretty, but caused some driving problems. Madison Heights, Michigan, you were clearing snow from sidewalks and driveways this morning. in the Detroit area. Now, this is Madison Heights, a suburb just north of downtown. As much as that 6 inches of snow fell on parts of the Motor City before it tapered off this morning, and you can still see the clouds hovering over Detroit, scooting off toward the east. Also, the cloudiness bringing the snows to upstate New York. But notice the southeast, pretty as you please, as high pressure dominates. But we will be cooling down a little bit once this front passes in places like Knoxville, Atlanta, Greenville, Spartanburg, South Carolina, but generally feeling fine considering it's January. 66 in Atlanta, 70 in Birmingham, and although it will be a little bit cooler tomorrow, not drastically so. So to sum it all up, some snowfall coming down in the metro New York area, rain in Philadelphia, not expected to pose major driving home problems, but later tonight be careful on the roadways as temperatures fall below freezing. Nice weather in the southeast. Now, how about other parts of the country? Here's Mike.
Bob, we're looking at the west in particular and noticing that we've got our high pressure system in the northern United States, and then comes the front and the low pressure that's back on down into the southwest. And that has really resulted in some stormy conditions, some snow earlier on in the day in Fresno and Bakersfield. The snow came down fairly hard for a while, and we're looking at pretty much the first measurable snow in Bakersfield since 1974. That's 25 years since this has happened. We don't have the final measurement on you, though, but quite an event in Bakersfield, California, and back on down into parts of San Diego County, some rain and some snow in the mountains. But that is the big story. We do have a little bit of action up to the northwest, and that's pretty much in the form of rain, but very little. We'll get to that in just a minute. Low pressure, though, spinning its heart out around the Channel Islands. In fact, we had evidence of a water spout earlier, not too far from Santa Catalina Island, and it was showing up on radar as a tornadic thunderstorm. So far, we haven't had a water spout or a tornado touchdown anywhere over land, but that would be between Santa Catalina and Newport Beach in California. Some evidence of snow in the high plateau areas northeast of Reno, and parts of Idaho in the mountains could be getting a little bit of snow, as well as Arizona, which we can see here, just about over the Flagstaff area, and in the mountains some light snows. Could be a light accumulation out of that. But again, the focus, everybody's focus is on the southwest and California, with San Diego County getting rain. And back up toward Las Vegas, rain and mountain snow. The snow could even come down to the valley floor in Las Vegas tonight. The rain still gyrating and dancing around Bakersfield, California. Kern County getting a steady fall of rain. I think you had a record rainfall amount yesterday of well over an inch in Bakersfield before it turned to snow. Something, haven't even seen any snowflakes there in about 9 years. We're looking at some rain, cold rain in Barstow and Daggett. Watch out for the mountain areas, though. We're looking at the possibility of 3 to 6 magical.